And you know you're allowed by law to record yourself voting.
Then you have to vote, sign in, check.
Everybody plays by the rules. Come on down and watch.
Right.
However, everybody has to play by the rules.
Yeah.
Voters have rights and responsibilities.
Oh, definitely. Well, before I sign in, the supervisors.
You're going to be observer.
Wait, one at a time, ma'am. One at a time.
You're
She's
going to
talking.
be
Hold on.
observer, but not recording.
So we
If
can't record.
we're
in
not
the
allowed to
You
record in
can
here as an
observe.
observer, then there's no point. Oh, 3 strikes, you're out.
Okay. You're gonna write me up? Okay.
I mean, I get it, it's free speech, but you're doing it in a violent way. That's not
No,
free.
I'm not. I'm sitting here with my hands up, not doing anything.
But you're free to go at any time.
And you're free to go.
Urgency. He doesn't got his lights on, though. That's good. No seatbelt on, though. In California, by law, when your engine's running, I can't remember the penal code or the civic code or whatever.
At a California polling site, tensions explode when 2 journalists peacefully filming from public property are confronted by election staff, security, and a tipsy veteran. Despite multiple false claims, misinterpretations of the law, and even police presence, watch how calm logic and firm understanding of the Constitution completely change the narrative.
Because I'm not supposed to. I mean, no.
Oh, do you work? Are you working here right now?
Are you volunteering?
I'm not working here, but I work on the other building.
Oh, okay.
Where's the other building?
I'm right there.
Oh, right.
The art center. Yeah.
How far?
Right there, take a few walks. But I think that you're not allowed to video.
Well, we're not allowed to influence people. We're not here to, how do you say, impede on anyone's voting or try to tell them, vote red or vote blue.
No electric electronic.
Well, I have this.
And you know you're allowed by law to record yourself voting.
Then you have to vote, sign in, check. You have to log in.
No, but you do know when you're going to vote personally for yourself, you're allowed to record your own personal voting. So you can't say like no electronic devices. And right here, I'm on a sidewalk.
Yeah, but she's just complaining because I'm on the other side.
She has a right to complain.
I'm on my
At least
break.
you're very nice. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm on my break, so I found the other center, not this center. So
We'll probably go there next then.
well, you can go.
We'll wait for you to finish your lunch so you can introduce us to everyone.
Can you give us a tour over there?
You can go. Yeah, the lead can take you in because you have the pass, so you can go in and observe.
I forgot my pass, but I'm with him.
But like, after you're done with your lunch, can you give?
Oh, yeah.
We meet up with you and you give us a little tour over there.
I'm not allowed to. Only the lead. I'm
Oh,
not the lead. I'm just the egg. You know.
gotcha.
Like
So
that.
it'll say elite on the badge.
Yeah.
What if we get if I go buy a Sharpie real quick and write a supervisor on the back of your pass?
Oh, no, I can't do that.
No?
I can't do that.
I'll put elite right on there.
No, no,
Lead supervisor?
no. We had 2 leads in there, and then you have to sign in, and we have to give you the brochure, what the rule you're supposed to follow.
Gotcha.
And
That's
then,
if we're going inside, right?
Yeah, you go inside, and then they give you they will escort you to the area that you can stand there and observe. But you cannot video anything though.
So they give you like a little area.
They have the little area you can.
So I was just over at one over in Fresno County the other day, inside the actual county building where they were doing the elections, and the security guards let me go in. They even got a picture with us.
Oh really? No.
Yeah, they didn't give me a hard
Not
time.
supposed to
It wasn't pretty busy, but it's a public building. Like this is private.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy your lunch.
No, I talked to you tonight. So I have 15 minutes. I have 4 minutes left. So I have to walk.
Oh man, sorry.
They're very trick. They're very trick. Only 15 minutes.
Only 15.
Yeah.
See if they got another camera up there watching us.
You cannot record it.
Record what?
Whatever around here.
Oh no, I'm not gonna go inside.
No, but even
They already
that.
saw me. They didn't say anything.
Well, just tell them you said it was okay.
Yeah, listen, believe it. Right here. You cannot do it.
No, I'm not electioneering. I'm just recording.
No, that's electronic, not engineering. You cannot use
That says electioneering, not electronic.
Hello. Good. How are you doing?
Oh, so you're the lead. Are you in charge?
Yeah.
We were telling her maybe she could invite us in, but she said she had to talk to you.
Sure, it's not, but
We said we could get a tour when we were talking to her out there.
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know.
I mean, obviously, we would keep anyone voting off the camera in there while they're voting.
No one's in there. We have no voters currently inside
Okay.
at the moment.
Be a perfect time for us to walk around. 30 seconds.
Let me confirm with the higher ups. Make
Okay.
sure it's okay. Because if it is, then great. If not, pretty interesting.
Yeah, we'll wait out here while you
Yeah,
see if we
let
can
me go ahead and make that phone call and then I'll see. if
Perfect,
it's not-
perfect. Well, Alicia, I believe her name is. At least she was very respectful. She didn't say we had to leave. She's going to check to see if we can take a quick tour in there.
Well, that one lady, folks, she said right there.
So we're good?
Sir, hold on.
Sure.
May I speak to you for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. You talked to our people at our the Registrar of Voters office?
I'm not sure where that is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just working on a story here.
Okay, that's fine. However, there are some regulations.
Okay.
Voters can't be
Interrupted or impeded on or
interrupted
influenced.
at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Any of our employees, if they do not want to be videotaped, you don't include them.
Okay.
Okay. So they cannot be
From inside, though, not from outside.
from inside. This
Yeah.
is okay. I'm not trying to stuff free speech or anything like that. But if someone doesn't want to be on camera,
Yeah, if I'm inside, I'll respect it. Since it's your property in there, I'll definitely respect it.
like I said,
there.
I'm not trying to throw gas on a fire.
Yeah.
I understand that people have media. I understand. Cool. We have a free press, but we also have an election to run, and there's
No, absolutely. And we're not here to impede that. You know, regardless of whether they're
Wait.
voting red or blue, I want people to vote comfortably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to come in and
I didn't even realize people could actually vote this early. I thought it was only if you're dropping off like your
By mail?
ballot. Yeah,
no,
by
they-
mail.
And people do that quite a
Gotcha.
bit. So they're welcome to do either.
Okay.
It's up to them. So if you wish to come in, please, if somebody says like that, please don't videotape them.
Okay.
Okay.
When I'm inside, though, just to be clear.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. All right, guys. So there you have it. So about the field supervisor giving a.
Yeah, so going back to your question, okay, so say for instance, mail-in ballots, they can have somebody drop them off. Say for instance, I can't leave my home, but I got a mail-in ballot. And I can hand it off to someone for them to come and physically drop it off inside the blue bag. They, whoever's dropping it off, just needs a sign that they are the one dropping it
Kind of
off.
like you do like for a doctor appointment. There's like a little.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just like a release.
A release,
basically.
yeah.
Like, I trust you to deliver my ballot nature.
And so if someone wanted to go to the car and you had that mobile unit you said over there, they would just like
Right.
what, park right over here on the side somewhere,
Yeah, they could literally park right here and we would just roll it out to them.
and they could do their voting.
And they, exactly.
Perfect.
And that's a two-person, like you have an aide or a lead and or a lead with them, just to make sure security-wise.
And let me ask you this one last question. I know it's kind of controversial, but are people required to show their IDs when they vote?
No.
I know some people are like, oh, you got to show ID. Some people are like, oh, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah. I do believe legislation, if California voted that they don't have to show their other identification at this time, anything can change in the upcoming elections, depending on how people.
'Cause I'm kind of
feel
neutral on
about
that personally. I seem like it's not a bad idea to make sure that everyone's properly voting and not having
Right.
stolen identity or
Of course.
how do we monitor that?
Exactly. Personal privacy. Some people will kind of flash it out like, hey, I just want proof for my
Yeah.
own mental clarity that I am who I am.
Right.
And here it is. It's not necessary at this juncture unless comes up on our screens.
Gotcha.
We just need to prove it.
Gotcha. All right, well, appreciate it. You've been very helpful.
No problem.
I think you need to switch badges and get the F on there on your.
No, it's okay. Everybody.
When we were talking, this guy came out. He was nice and everything. I appreciate the hospitality, but interrupting us while we're chatting is kind of rude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you wasn't the intent to be rude.
Especially after you invited me in, and then.
Well, and right, I forgot that. That was my bad. But I had to correct it. So.
I know it's just the
we
proper
need
way to
those
do it, though.
We need the media. If anybody that is not a voter here is considered an observer,
Right.
you have to follow these set of rules. They have, and as long as everybody plays by the rules, come on down and watch.
Right.
However, everybody has to play by the rules.
Yeah.
Voters have rights and responsibilities.
Oh, definitely.
Observers have rights and responsibilities.
So you consider like if Channel A came out here, they'd be considered an observer?
Yep.
Okay.
KNTV, Channel 2, whoever,
Telemundo.
Telemundo, if, you know, anybody has to play by the same rules.
Gotcha.
Like I said,
All right, well, I appreciate it.
Oh, can I ask how long you've been working these elections?
Sorry?
Can I ask how long you've been working the elections?
I've worked this elections, I've worked other elections.
Oh, you don't want to give like how many years? That's fine.
I don't particularly want to be on camera.
Oh.
Gotcha. Hey, you're welcome to go back inside at any point. You're not detained. You're not
You
detained.
did an excellent job. Let me say
You're not
that.
detained.
I can ask for any more.
You're free to go at any moment
And
of your own free will.
yes, I am. However,
And I noticed you have quite the pen collection there.
I like it. I like
Showing
it.
them off through the camera.
It's sort of like the stylist.
I'm a woodworker. I make pens.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Custom made pens.
Just if you're going to go to any other vote center, and you're welcome to, please realize that you have to sign in first.
If we go inside.
If you go inside, if you go outside and are taking pictures of people, technically you're supposed to be 25 feet away.
Gotcha. Well, what if they approach me? I can't control that. I'm not going
If
to
they
bet.
approach you,
That's on them.
the last thing we want is any sort of voter intimidation.
Yeah.
That
Speak
kind of
to.
language when you're around the voting place, because you can't, you know, what is that called? Electioneering?
Yeah.
She was saying vote blue, and I gently informed her, and you know.
So let's say someone's not media, like she wasn't recording. She was just saying to vote blue. Is she breaking the law?
If she's
Or is it
within
just a
100
policy?
feet of the facility,
She was right in front of the door.
Technically, yes.
Thank you. So I would recommend 25 feet away from the entrance.
Sure.
Yeah, and honestly, we're not even saying anything to anyone other than maybe hello or how are you, and that's about it. Unless they approach us.
Even that is 20. There's an exclusion zone and 100 feet for electioneering.
Gotcha.
And we've marked a whole 100 feet over with a.
So 25 feet, though you said, right?
Correct.
25 is courteous.
Yeah, say the 25 feet.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're
All right. Well,
ready.
you're dismissed. I appreciate the help. You can get back to work, and thank you very much.
All right. You guys
You're
have
free
a
to go.
wonderful day.
And, hey, you've been very helpful. I appreciate you.
No problem. See you there.
She gets a Lisa, I
You guys
believe,
ever
gets a
get
thumbs
like
up.
donuts or anything?
We give them out or do we get them?
No, you get them for yourself or any kind of snack.
We get, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Now, guys, if they're worried about cameras, look what this says right here. They can record us, but what, we can't record them? Another camera up there. Where do we sign in as an observer?
Do you have ID or?
Oh no, I don't show ID. I'm just press, media.
Okay, would you mind signing in?
That's what I was asking. What
Okay,
was saying.
great.
Ma'am, you sound a little agitated.
Oh no, I'm just trying to get your.
Oh, that's your regular voice?
Yep, this is my regular voice. Would you guys both mind signing in?
Excuse me, this is not allowed.
We just got told by the lead over there that we are allowed if we sign in.
You cannot use the recording inside. Behind the.
We
You
just-
can sign.
Just, well, before I sign in, the supervisors.
You're going to be observed.
Wait, one at a time, ma'am. One at a time.
You're
She's
going to
talking.
be
Hold on.
observer, but not recorded.
So we
If,
can't record.
if we're
in
not
the
allowed to
You
record
can
in here as an
observe,
observer, then there's no
but
point in
not
us signing in. That's
okay.
what I'm asking.
Yeah, there's not allowed.
So the
especially when
supervisor
there's
over there
photos
said we
going
could
on.
sign. We could.
You use cameras
Mm-hmm.
inside of the booth.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to use that?
There's the guy right over there watching us, trying to look for us. Oh, we're just working on a story, media. Media, yeah.
But just independent?
Yeah. We were told by the other supervisor, the other one, that we could come in if we sign in as an observer, but they're saying we can't. So I don't know. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
That's why I'm over here. What's that?
Turn your camera off.
No, I'm not gonna. Take your sweater off.
Why?
Go put your drink away. I don't want you having that drink out here.
Vitamin water?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't give a fuck what you like.
Then why do you tell me to turn my camera off?
Sir, don't use profanity, sir.
What?
Don't use profanity.
Excuse me?
I said don't use profanity.
Okay, turn your camera off.
Why would we turn it off? Walk away from it if you don't want to be on it.
Well, you're not supposed to be out here.
No, they said 25 feet. They said.
From the door.
It's not 25 feet.
I can measure it if you like. I got to measure it. Digital. Would you like to measure it?
Okay. Why are you doing this?
It's not your business.
Why are you doing this?
Not your business.
Sir,
I'm
you
coming-
dropped your pocket.
I'm coming out of the
You
veterans bar.
dropped your pocket.
I dropped my what?
Pocket.
My pocket?
Yeah, I made you look good.
I'm just coming out of the veterans bar after having
Yeah,
a
and the
beer.
first thing you said was to tell us to turn our camera off rather than saying hello or how are you.
You sound a little buzzed.
Just be nice to people, man. We're not calling you names or anything or giving you a hard time.
Apparently it's not gonna help you. You need another,
I need help?
another drink. You need another drink.
No, I don't need another drink. I'm going home.
You're walking, I hope.
Yeah, I always walk. I can't drive. I don't have a car.
Okay.
Let me ask you, being at the veteran place, are you a veteran?
Yes, I am.
Let me start by saying thank you for your service then. I appreciate it.
I don't appreciate you videotaping right
Well,
now.
why would you walk up to someone while they're recording if you don't want to be recorded?
Because you were videotaping me right when I walked
Yeah, and you
out.
interrupted me while I'm working on the story. That's not nice.
You're working on a story?
Yes.
No, it doesn't seem like you are.
I am. That's
Seems like
exactly.
you're videotaping people when they walk out after they voted. That's illegal.
It's not
Sir.
illegal.
Sir, could anybody have a drink in there?
No.
What do you have to do to get a drink?
Are
have
you
to
a
be member
veteran?
of the club?
You're a veteran?
Yeah, I'm a veteran.
Well, then if you're a veteran, walk in and have a drink.
I'll wait for you.
Come on, I'll walk you in. Let's go.
Well, they won't let him
Well,
keep
will
his
they
camera
let
on.
me record?
Nope.
Inside? How about inside that?
So you guys fought for our freedom, but you want to impede on it.
Well,
Come
you're
on.
impeding on me by videotaping me right now.
But no, let me ask you this. Seriously, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Why would you walk up to me if you don't want to be recorded, knowing that I'm recording?
You were recording me the exact moment that I walked
I was
outside.
working on a story here. I had no idea.
What's the story?
I had no idea you were
Okay.
even in here.
What's the story?
I can't get into it too much, but I'm working on a story.
Okay, what's the story?
Again, I can't get into it. I guess you're confused. I can't get into it.
Oh, I'm confused because
If you would have walked by, I'm not going to follow you to your house or your car. I'm just recording.
But you're still recording.
Well,
you
because you're
guys
getting
are
near me,
walking.
just for safety. Once as you're leaving, I'll turn away. I'm not here to bother you, guy. Again, thank you for your service.
Have a safe night, sir.
Can I ask you a
Yes,
question?
you can ask me.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna record it though.
Okay, that's fine. Why are you out here recording people going in to vote when it says electioneering is prohibited?
Inside. That's why we're not inside.
What's this?
But read the rules. So, like, we can't impede on someone's vote. We can't influence them. Like, say, hey, vote red or vote blue. We're not here to tell someone how to vote
Do you
or.
have any like
We're not
umbrella
here-
or Trump
No.
shirts on or?
No, I'm asking a question. Why are you?
Working on a story, again, under the protected activity under the First Amendment, which you swore an oath to. So please don't impede it.
I'm just asking a question.
Well, you first came out and you're like, turn your camera off, which would have been impeding on.
I don't like to be videotaped. That's all.
So you should have just kept walking. There's cameras everywhere up here. There's cameras all over the city, on dash cameras, when you go into a grocery store, when you go into a gas station, a supermarket, everywhere.
Okay, I get that, but I don't like.
But let me ask you, if you didn't want to get wet, would you jump in a swimming pool?
No, I wouldn't.
So why would you approach a cameraman while they're recording just to say you don't want to be recorded?
I was just curious of what you were doing.
Well, you were more than curious. You were giving me demands like I work for you or something, or you're my daddy, which you're not. And like I said, I hate even having this, negative interaction because, like I said, I appreciate your service. I truly
I'm
do.
just asking a question. That's all.
Well, yeah, now we're asking questions, but when you first came out, you were like, turn the camera
I
off.
saw the camera right at me, and that kind
Yeah, but we weren't following you. You just happened to come out while we're recording. There's a big difference.
Okay, I just was wondering why you're recording.
I'm not here to follow you to your car, to your house, your family or whatever. I'm not here to stick the camera in your face. And right now I'm only recording because you came back and decided to engage.
I just wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, and I answered it like 5 times. We're working on a story.
Okay.
I just forgot my press pass, but you don't need a press pass to work on a story
No, you don't.
on there. There's no government issued press passes.
No, I agree with that.
So
Yeah, I grabbed both of mine.
Hey, I don't have a press pass. Okay,
so you're welcome to work on a story anytime you want.
I agree.
Just like, freedom, the 5 elements of our First Amendment, you have a right to your religion, you have a right to speech, and one of them is free press.
I agree with that.
on there. We're just documenting the counter, you know, we're just seeing how everything's operating, making sure there's nothing, you know, funny going on to the best, you know, what we can see out here.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just a story.
That's all.
Yeah, it's simple.
All right.
And like I said, when we went to the other one that's just in the parking lot over there, you know, they're the ones that gave him the pass to come over here and record
Oh, okay. All
on
right.
there.
I'm just curious.
But for some reason, they were
Sorry.
for some reason they were letting us record in the other one, but for some reason they don't want us recording in this one. So that's why we're being respectful and we're staying out here,
Okay.
you know.
Cool.
But if we would have walked in there, for example, and let's say we saw you voting or something, we would have, you know, panned our cameras around and make sure that, you know, you had that privacy to vote peacefully without intimidation.
Okay. I voted already. I
Yeah.
mailed mine in.
Good, good.
Awesome.
Wait, we started off bad, man. I truly appreciate your service, man.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day.
Sorry.
That's just a
I just-
wrong person. It's all good now.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were leaving, we saw the police show up. Can we get the call number, please, on a business card?
Sure.
Thank you. So they got scared and called the police on a couple guys with cameras. Vehicle 2823. Appreciate it, my man. Drive safe. You got your seatbelt?
Search and rental.
Once I start moving, I'll put it on.
Got it. Have a good day. Well, hopefully you put it on before you start moving, right?
Sure.
All right. Wouldn't make sense to put your seat.
Hey, man. You don't have my permission.
Oh, that's right. Can I get it for you?
No. You videotape me, you don't have my permission.
You're welcome to go inside then.
Huh?
You're welcome to go back inside.
I will go back inside when I'm ready. But right
Now
now,
we'll stop recording when we're ready.
Huh? I'm not talking football, man. I know, but so are you. You have a mask on, too.
Oh no, and you got a hat. What are you hiding? Got a cop collar there, guys. Code 4, we're good. Let them know we're code 4? Code 4. Yeah, blocking all this traffic, non-emergency. He doesn't got his lights on though, that's good. No seatbelt on though in California by law. When your engine's running, I can't remember the penal code or the civic code or whatever, but you're supposed to have your seatbelt on while your engine's running, and I'm pretty sure his engine's running and he has no seatbelt on. And he's in the street. This is not a private, you know, like parking lot. So currently he's actually committing a moving infraction even though he's not moving. Sir, any comments to that? You do realize that even if your engine's running by law, you're supposed to have your seatbelt on? It's actually a civic code. I don't remember the code, but it is actually a code. I just don't want you to get it, you know, have to have one of your partners come and ticket you. I'm just trying to get I got your back, brother. Maybe we could lead by example and just say, you know what, you're right, and put your seatbelt on? Or are you gonna let your ego get the best of you? What's that?
I will lead by example.
Gotcha.
I'll even show you how. Look at
Perfect, I appreciate it, my man.
seatbelt. Seatbelt, please.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime.
That wasn't so hard. I know he didn't like it, guys. He was biting his tongue on that one. Look at this, guys. There you go. Move to the side a little bit. It's not an emergency. The cars go by. Come on, man. Got that space. Oh, 3 strikes, you're out.
Okay. You're gonna write me up? Okay.
I mean, I get it. It's free speech, but you're doing it in a violent way. That's not
No,
free.
I'm not. I'm sitting here with my hands up, not doing anything.
But you're free to go at any time.
And you're free to go at any time.
Yeah. Carry on. You're not detained.
I can stand here.
You're not detained.
It's free speech. Oh, you're gonna pat me down?
He's asking.
Yeah, I'm mine. You're not free.
No, we're just the boss of the police.
Hey, if a police officer wants to pat me down, that's fine.
Oh man, you're the biggest loser.
How's it going?
Good, you?
Good, good. I like the dog.
Police officer pats you
Can
down.
I pet him?
Good.
Friendly?
I'm a bootlegger.
Hey there. That guy was a little drunk.
Why doesn't the police officer pat you down?
We didn't authorize it.
I've done nothing wrong either.
Well, you had your hands up like you were waiting. You had your hands up like you wanted to get a pat down.
I've done nothing wrong. You know what? You know what? Oh, really?
We heard things.
What do you know?
What they told us.
Good deal, man. You got the reports on me. Okay. Okay. What'd you get?
We just wanted to see if the rumors were true.
Why don't you take off your mask?
Why don't you take off your sweater? Take off your sweater.
I'll take off my sweater.
Well, do
Take
it.
off your mask.
Take it off.
Why? Why are you wearing a mask? Why are you wearing a sweater? Because you don't want anybody to know what you look like.
That's his right.
And
That's
it's my
his-
right to have my sweater on.
Well, you're the one saying to take off his mask.
I just asked.
When we're asking you to take off your sweater. Hey, I'd like you to walk around with one shoe on and one shoe off.
You're so funny. God, you're so funny.
Hey, how about one shoe on and one shoe off?
How about you just go away?
Well, you're welcome to leave. Go.
Go away.
Bye. Shoot.
No,
Bye.
it's my right to stand here.
You know, but you're on borderline disorderly and there's a cop right here and you've been drinking. You already admitted it.
Okay.
Drunk in public.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to tell, but you're riding a thin line, mister.
Well, you're riding a pretty thin line.
You're on thin ice. You're on thin ice.
Okay.
You've already been verbally warned twice and you're still lingering.
I'm
You're now loitering.
You?
You're loitering in front of the cop while you're drunk.
Okay, let's go talk to the guy.
You go ahead. Go polish those boots. Ask him if you can polish his boots.
Why would I polish his boots?
Well, it seems like you want to be buddy with it. You said he can pat you down anytime.
Well, I'm not going to let him pat me down.
Gotcha. So you'll let an armed man pat.
So weird.
You'll let an armed man. What's weird is you lingering. Why are you lingering here? You left and literally came back for round 2.
I literally came back to get my keys.
So you are driving.
No.
Oh.
My house key.
You need to learn not to incriminate yourself.
Well, I have a house key. I have a garage key.
Let's see the keys. How to make
You don't got your car keys with you?
See a car key there? No, you don't. So piss off.
Could we check your other pockets? Make sure. Can we pat you down just to make sure there's no car keys?
You pat me down and
Well, no, we're
bad
asking.
things might happen.
Yeah, they might. You might fall down, right?
No. You touch me without my permission, bad things might
I never said I was going to touch you. See, you're jumping the gun again. I said, can I? I asked you a question. I never said I'm going to.
your hands on your pocket? Makes me feel nervous.
Okay. You're safe. Because you're so fucking stupid.
I guess we can't be as bright as you walking around drunk in public, loitering, polishing boots.
Well, I'm not drunk in public, I'm not loitering, and I'm not polishing boots.
So what's your purpose here? Do you have a purpose?
I went to get my
What's your purpose right now standing there? Do you have a purpose? If not, you're loitering.
Well, you're loitering.
No, I have a purpose. I'm working on a story. What's
Really?
your purpose?
You got a press pass?
You don't need it. You already acknowledged that.
Well, you're loitering.
No, I'm working on a story.
Well, so am I.
Where's your pen and paper, your camera? Come on, man. No, that would require brains. Come on.
Yeah,
You see, you're loitering. You acknowledged it already.
I'm not loitering.
You might want to look up the definition of loitering. You're loitering and possibly, I could be wrong, but possibly drunk in public.
I'm having a conversation. That's not loitering.
No, you're actually harassing us.
I'm not harassing you.
Yeah, well, calling us names when you walk by,
You're
and
harassing me. So,
we were here way before you came out,
okay,
and then you left and came back.
okay.
And you could just keep going to your house, but you choose to linger. Sorry, I didn't mean to say linger. I meant to say loiter.
Hey, sir, do you mind if I use this for my story?
You're gonna do whatever you want.
Can we have your
I
consent,
can't
though?
stop you.
Can we have your consent?
No.
Can we have you do like a verbal
No.
a verbal authorization?
Can I at least get a name for
Nope.
where to mail the check to?
Nope.
Hey, I got an idea for a thumbnail. If you could lean on the vehicle and put your hands up again, like you're getting pat down.
Oh yeah.
No.
Ready, and take scene 1, take 1, action.
Action.
Wait, maybe if we stand over here, he'll look at us, and then we'll get the cop car in the background. There we go.
Free speech and freedom of the press don't vanish during elections. Being assertive, calm, and educated on your rights can turn chaos into clarity. When confronted, remember, you don't need a press pass to be the press, and the Constitution doesn't take breaks. We don't back down, we record. If you believe the camera is the ultimate check on power, support the mission. Hit subscribe and stay tuned, because the next showdown is right around the corner.